doctors in the picture. We're no longer just dealing with the academia. They're in cahoots with the Fatui. But what are the Fatui after this time? Another Gnosis? Yeah, Nahida said we'll meet again outside of the city. But we can't just keep waiting around, right? You mean... Oh, right! Even though he turned it down at the time, there's no time to... My apologies.
I shall treasure this good fortune.
Hold it right there. A blonde-haired traveler and a floating fairy. We've got you, all right. Take a look around. You've fallen right into our trap.
Are you mercenaries?
Core of 30? We're nothing like those. We are an elite brigade that commands the highest commission rate in...
The outcast? But why wouldn't the doctor just send the Fatui after us?
Still wasting time.
You're...
Following order. New punching bag.
Whirling snow! Shadows of fate! Barbados, guide us!
Take that! Take that! Need more!
My apologies!
New punching bag.
Fate is upon you! Kamisato art! Sumetsu! Yeah! 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 Whirling!
It isn't over yet! Here comes reinforcements!
Fusion!
Let me scribe!
Verdict is...
keep our guards up. But this doctor... going up against smart...
I'll have to grab a drink with Flame May when I'm back in the city.
The rainforest is the best place to live.
Things are going a little too smoothly today.
Oh! It's the Traveler in Pipe... Hallway! It's nice to...
To be honest, I'm not doing too well. As a result, Master Tainari is taking me off the patrol schedule.
Oh, Kale. Speaking of Tainari, did he go off on...
Oh, Master Tainari? He just left the Avidia Forest a little while ago.
Huh? He left? What? Isn't Tainari...
I thought it was weird too. Master Tainari always prioritizes his work as a forest watcher above everything. No, I only found out that he left through a message he left behind. To leave in such a hurry? Master Tainari originally studied in the Amorta Darshan of the Academia, and part of CI is something like the Amorta's research base. Many rare shrub... I know that before he became a forest watcher, Master Tainari once spent
A research base, huh? Gotta wonder what kind of research... Oh, we don't have a lot of time, so let's go look for him at Party's DI.
Don't worry, I'm fine. I'm used to living with Elazar by now.
Got it. Will do.
onwards. We have work to do.
Traveler.
Wait, this sounds... Huh?
Not long ago.
Contaminated?
I don't know about the Avidia. That's why I want to ask you to investigate the situation.
This is for...
Delve into destiny. Embrace the ice. Take flight!
Time for retribution!
Fate is upon you! Shadows of fate!
Verdict is...
Kamisato art! Sumetsu! I swear by my sword! Let me scribe! Shadows of fate! My apologies! Delve into destiny! Whirling snow! Decided by destiny! Sakura swirl! Take flight! go! So rude! Embrace the ice! Barbados, guide us. Take flight.
Time for retribution!
This is where you've been, Tainari? That's...
Shh. Keep your voice down.
Tainari? Am I going to die and tell Tainari? I heard that
What happened?
Okay, and you just have a small fever. Take your medication and rest.
Really?
No can do. You're a big kid now. Once you've recovered...
Oh...
Hey, let me ask you something. I recall that...
I don't know either. Mom's been it's different from before. I got lost, and after I got out,
Could it be?
So that's how this whole mess happened. Traveler, Paimon.
Mr. Forest Watcher, how is my son?
I gave him some antipyretics. Let him rest here for a while. I told him that he would his symptoms resemble a fever, but something else is causing them. They seem more akin to a disruption in his psyche.
What do we do?
If memory serves, a small number grow in arid deserts. They usually they're expensive and unable to grow in the Avidya forest's climate. I'll ask the caravans. Go find Kale, have her...
All right.
Contaminated region, huh? Is that why you two are also here?
Yep.
Doesn't seem like... The only thing they have in common is that they aren't welcome. This new...
We feel the same.
All right. There's no time to...
You're okay. We were so worried about you. Hey, this was supposed to be a touch of...
Actually, it's very smart of the Traveler to be wary of me right now. After all, plus, it's not like you could have known what happened after we split up, and even a pool of stagnant water after a torrential storm can occasionally pass as a patch of sky.
Paimon feels like only the real Nahida could come up with such an...
Huh?
Well, we understand that...
When you left, instead, he did something closer to creating hallucinations. That was... Luckily, I managed to finish my restorations and mind jump away from him just as he was about to capture me.
What a relief.
I wouldn't be relieved. I gave away my true identity when I restored it. Also, the doctor is already an expert at modifying...
Would that mean you'd no longer be able to jump between minds? Then, how do we... It feels like... Plus, the doctor's combat ability alone is apparently enough to make him worthy of being number 2 of the Fatui.
We shouldn't give up hope just yet. Let's try to find another way to attack this problem.
Actually, Nahida...
Yes, I have. I can see the Traveler's elemental energy, so I deduced you didn't come here for sightseeing, right? Did you find any leads?
We're looking for a scholar we know. His name is Tainari, and...
Okay, let's just...
Traveler? It is you!
It's Hypatia!
Ah, what a pleasant surprise! It's so nice to see the two of you again.
Who's this?
She's a scholar we...
Oh, I see.
That's right, we're old friends. You've come at just the right time.
Hypatia, you're way too excited about this. Wait, no. Did you...
My consciousness has...
You did it? Congratulations!
It's so exhilarating when my consciousness made contact with the god.
That sounds incredible!
right? Remember? I promised to help. My current self has not only
You can do that? I've never heard of any...
Hold on. I brought some spirit borneal with me. This is...
we're using...
All right now. Hold my hand. I'll help you establish a pathway to connect your consciousness.
Okay.
Ready?
It took 3 betrayals for me to finally understand. The world is just an elaborate tapestry of lies. My fury will never be quelled. The first to betray me was a god. My creator. My mother. Valuing strength above all, she saw no worth in me and I was discarded. The second was a human. My family. My friend. Consumed by fear, he saw me as an abomination. The third was one exactly like me. A hope for the future. A fledgling barely out of the nest. Powerless before his mortality, he broke his promise to me. Humans, they can't be trusted. And the gods fill me with pure loathing. So I said good riddance. I denounce the world and laugh in its face. My chest will never again be defiled by worldly filth. I will scrub away every last trace of human emotion. Then it will be empty, a blank slate, and ready to receive a supreme gnosis, brimming with pure divinity. There is no need to fear. The pain will be brief. Your era is coming to an end.
What was that? Did we actually just see the Balladeer's memories? But how is he connected to the
You saw it, right? You felt it, right? Alas, if only that...
Do you understand now? I'm afraid this is no periporno life, but rather...
Ah! You! I found...
Apasia?
That's how I always... Wait, have I... already lost my mind?
Wait, something isn't right.
Oh, the Traveler's back?
Nahida was controlling your body for a while. It seemed like she jumped over to you as an... After that, Tainari heard the commotion and came over. He helped us defeat the mercenaries and then he ran with us all the way here. What? You swapped... Wait, then...
I never imagined that an individual's consciousness could be transferred around like this. Had I not seen it with... Also, while we were running, the consciousness in your body... The doctor has found a way to trap my consciousness. But even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out illusions and lies.
Oh no! Nahida's trapped in the sanctuary of Surasthana for good. Was that message all she left for us? It's pretty vague. Oh, that makes sense. Since the doctor captured her, she won't be able... Even in a moonless night... Paimon knows the moon illusions and lies are from that alchemical divination at the Didn't Nahida use a starlight analogy before? It had something to do with Sataria. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. But she isn't with us anymore.
Paimon, you said Sanctuary of Surasthana. Does this mean that this Nahida you're talking about, the consciousness who was occupying the Traveler's body, is the Dendro Archon?
Your guess is correct, but...
That's all right. A scholar's curiosity doesn't need to be appeased right away. I've spent some time with you, and it looks like the Dendro Archon...
Thank you, Tainari. Oh, actually, we came here to ask...
Ah, that... While I was indeed invited to... All I know is that that project has something to do with the restoration of Irminsul.
Huh? Did you see something when you were in Nahida's... What?
Do you have any evidence? So that's what happened. That explains why Hypatia's symptoms were different from those of the other scholars who went mad. It's because she made contact with the consciousness of a new god who is still in the process of being...
Tainari, did you leave the Avidia?
I did. I noticed Hypatia's mental anomalies, but since her symptoms were rather atypical, if I didn't take action, Hypatia would have already been taken by the Matra to the desert, doomed to a life of exile. Now that you mention it, I knew the Academia has never thought particularly highly of Lesser Lord Kusanali, but I still didn't expect them to do something as arrogant as creating a new god. Looks the Doctor and the Balladeer. We have 2 Fatui Harbingers in Sumeru. Sounds like we're in for a bad... From your description, I don't think they've But then, what is the connection?
Yeah, it feels like we're still nowhere close to figuring out the Sage's goals. Right, but...
I'll stay here for now. If you're planning to go into the desert, start by heading for Caravan Rabat. Come find me here if there's anything else I can do to help.
Thanks, Tainari. Hopefully Hypatia will feel better.
I don't need an umbrella, but you can use one if you need.
There's no end to this.
My apologies. Yeah.
Today is a lucky day.
Happy to oblige.
New punching bag.
A blade is like a tea leaf. Only those who sample it many times can appreciate its true qualities. A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems.
This time.
We finally made it to Caravan Reba. So, just past. Oh, wow. Paimon remembers hearing people call this the Wall of Samiel. It's made to block sandstorms from the outside. Oh, if it's this.
Enough gawking. Come on, follow me.
Huh?
Over here.
Oh, Hatham went that way! Let's hurry up and follow him. Wonder what he's up to.
What the... Where did he go? How did we lose...
More Aramite mercenaries?
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs trailing you a long time ago. There's no need to thank me. I've never cared to keep track of personal favors. All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across.
You really gave Paimon a scare, Al-Hatham. Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the
Oh, so you've already landed yourselves on the However, had I wished to turn you over to the
Oh, right. You do...
I have no interest in running errands for that project. As a scholar, I've always belonged to the camp. And these days, you're more fascinating than not quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still... Everyone says the capsule originated in the desert and was eventually moved to Port Ormos. Which brings me back to you. The leader of Ain al-Ahmar used the Divine Knowledge capsule right in front of you. And upon seeing him, your expression became perplexed. To have that kind of reaction, I think you must have realized something.
Hatham. You really have a ridiculous eye for detail. What kind...
So that's your answer. Well, I do work for the Academia after all, but that does prove you do have some undisclosed information about the No matter. Rather than simply learning the answers from you, I'd still prefer...
That's right! We have the same...
Then I'd suggest starting with Aru Village. It's the largest settlement in the desert, so it'll probably have more resources and intel than anywhere.
It's always better to travel with...
Today is a lucky day.
Take flight! Yeah!
Before us lies Aru...
Whoa, this landscape...
Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the Academia. Would you care to enlighten me as to when and how I invited the General Mahamatra's wrath?
Oh, Hatham. Do not think you can escape my judgment, just because you managed to escape my attack.
Judgment? So that's how you'd characterize your actions here, is it? Or would elimination perhaps be a more accurate description?
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me. Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist. Standard practice for the Matra, as well you know.
Seemed to me... Yes. General Mahamatra Sino, head of all the Matra at the Academia. He's a formidable hunter, and the ultimate nightmare for any who have committed academic crimes.
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in All Hatham, to the point of blocking an attack for him. If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I wouldn't believe a single word that comes out of his mouth. I have been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer. Otherwise...
Has Al-Haytham done something wrong? Paimon doesn't think he's as bad as you've made him out to be.
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person.
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes him.
Wait, the divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. What does this capsule mean to you? And why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia, are you all... As far as I'm aware, the other Matra have been speculating about your disappearance. Have you been given a mission that's... If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and reason...
I should have known you'd be difficult to...
You two!
Ahem. Well, look at you two, acting all tough and self-righteous over there.
Wait, Dia? Great! Finally, someone that we can trust! You gotta help us out.
Yeah, sure looks that way. Two giants from the Academia duking it out once and for... Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and lord your... But how dare you bring your petty disputes into this... It seems like someone's gonna have to beat some sense into your thick skulls. Hey, did either of you...
Ooh, what's going on? The wind's so...
Another sandstorm? What's up with these recently?
Hey! All of you, over...
Someone's calling for us!
That sounded like Candace. Come on!
All right, stop.
Well, hey, wanna play sardines with three people who wanna tear each other? The air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
My sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home of our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies down. Please, let me introduce myself.
Our savior. Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's... Wow, she's so gentle and caring, like a nice older sister.
All right. Now that we're all better, as a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, and now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility. So please, have an honest, and if anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some
Oh,
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia. Do I make my...
All right.
That's what I like to hear.
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway, one of those two should probably start talking.
Wait, that was you
I have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining myself. While Al-Haytham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious mission. Rather, a little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development. As General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request. But I began to realize that, unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the submission reached. The power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the Sage. I realized then that to the Grand Sage, the Matra are nothing more than tools for the sake. The vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold, they are meaningless to the Academia. I believed it would be wise to flee the Academia before the sages had a chance to take action against me. I will never give up on this investigation. There's no need for someone else to give me power or authority.
Sino seems to have the same goal as us. Plus, now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, he somehow feels... Well, Sino, if...
When I was investigating the matter in the Academia, I overheard a conversation. The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired... Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the Divine Knowledge Capsule.
Yes. I was indeed... After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me. Unfortunately, those their words contained one key piece of information. Namely, that divine knowledge indeed exists. That gave me all I needed to know. From my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. Isn't it so? I began my own investigation following the lead of the Divine Knowledge Capsule. In the end, I realized my wisdom in committing to this rather than collaborating with the... Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Ain al-Ahmar mercenary, incapable of remaining sane for long enough to hold...
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the Academia I was waiting in Port Ormond, so it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating the...
Criminals do love to talk about coincidence.
Even though I ran into the Traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance. You were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
That's true.
I'm willing to apologize, if that's... I took the Divine Knowledge Capsule behind your back because I judged its... After all, curiosity often proves to be...
You should be well aware, Scribe Al-Haytham. Now, answer me this.
Have I not made myself...
Fine. Although you haven't complete...
As you wish.
Good. I'm glad. And now you, Dia.
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were talking about, my situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, Dunyarzad of the Homayani family, I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to Aru village for a visit. I was actually looking forward to it, but then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a pointless argument.
Is that all? Well, I will...
That's more like it.
Whoa! What was that, Sam?
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please...
Creatures?
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted. Anyone without...
Yeah, just leave him to Candace. Don't worry.
The wind's died down. Candace still isn't back yet.
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried.
dealing with these creatures the entire time?
Yes. They just keep coming in waves. I've lost.
Ah! Here comes another wave!
Leave this round to us. I got interrupted earlier, but now I have something to take my anger out on. I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go!
Fate is upon you. Let me scry. Wind, hear me.
Verdict is...
Whirling snow. Delve into destiny.
Time for retribution!
Here comes another wave! When are they ever gonna let up?
Let me scry. My apologies. Embrace the ice. Pull as one. Shadows of fate. Take flight. Written in the stars.
Verdict is...
The creatures stopped appearing.
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm. So we should be safe for the time being.
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Huh? Who are you?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hands full taking care of the village's elderly and children. I am the chief of Aru village. Everyone usually calls me Uncle Anpu.
Sir, I
can't say that besides sands.
So, Irminsul's withering causes
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irmin.
Everyone in Aru village needs to take good care of them. Speaking of which, why have...
Village Keeper?
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aru... Most of them are scholars who lost their... The academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars. So, they're forcibly exiled to the desert.
Alas, that's exactly what we've been trying to investigate. But no one in the village has ever seen them leave.
I've had encounters with those people in the past.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile.
Mock me if you will. But if you are guilty,
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra. You must be an
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia? But, is it really a good idea to tag along with Sino? You seem like you really don't...
I'll be grateful for... Let's start by finding...
Looking to buy some handmade goods?
Anything you own!
Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm still doing essentially the same things as before. Do you still have any questions for me before we start? One of my former subordinates told me that the academia has long exiled me. When mad scholars first arrive, they are as initially. The people of Aru Village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory. Suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground despite the powerful tremors that ripped through the ground that night. All the houses remained upright. After that, the people of Aru Village treated the mad scholars.
The soft green light? A mad scholar protecting... Paimon thinks so too. Actually...
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the academia could still monitor their activities. With that said...
Oh, no wonder! Everything
If you are able to draw a conclusion from... So, what do you make of the story? Really?
What? You don't believe...
No, it's not some... Lesser Lord Kusanali. The academia has always placed... In addition, I've never heard any stories about Lesser...
No way! Nahida definitely exists! She's a... How should Paimon put it? She's a good...
I've spent many...
Good! Then you should...
That look in your eyes. How can this... To think...
Alright, now it's our turn to put our... But easier said than done. Especially since...
Excuse me, are you...
Huh?
By the sounds of it, a resident of this village.
My name is Isak.
Is your grandpa...
Hey, don't...
The person you're referring to is not a local. Yet you are.
Grandpa is just... I heard everything you said to the village chief. Please...
Ah, so you're the one who... I was planning to go out and take care of whoever...
Whoa. Haven wasn't kidding about...
Sorry, I would...
All right.
Sino is super...
Ah, you're back already.
We just wanted to confirm...
Huh?
Yes. Isak's parents were both Aramite mercenaries who rarely returned to the Unfortunately, it was only a few years before his grandpa passed away. Later, an elderly mad scholar arrived at the village. However, the scholar was unkempt in appearance and incoherent in speech. Although Isak, one summer night, the oft mumbling and bumbling grandpa suddenly calmed down. So grandpa walked up to Isak and patted him on the head. He even took Isak to the entrance of... The next morning, Isak woke up and wanted to go find his grandpa again. Only, it's said that those who saw the scholar claimed he no longer appeared to be crazy, but appeared to be living in a... Isak was thrilled that his grandpa was able to find peace, and would follow him all the time, asking him things like, Grandpa...
All this somehow just makes Paimon feel really sad.
Perhaps. Nearly everyone who lives in the desert. It's also my reason for fighting.
Maybe the people have always had a considerate...
Huh? What?
No, nothing.
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I gave you credit for.
Isak!
Oh, it's you guys!
We've cleared everything up. Let's go find your grandpa.
Really? Wow! Thank you so much! Yeah!
All right.
Excuse me.
You mean the village keepers? Oh, when I was eating dinner...
Okay.
Anything...
The scholars that have...
Those eyes.
Don't change the
Right. You were asking about the the mad scholars. I think it's been a few days since but honestly, I feel quite...
Do you also think
Grandpa? Oh, hello there. It's little Esau. He was actually the one who protected my house. I saw it with my own eyes. He happened to be staying near my house that day and was doing something with... It still feels pretty surreal now that I think back. Well, whatever the case, I'll always be thankful to him and whoever taught him to look out for others. I'm pretty sure that if I ever went mad...
Gotcha!
And embrace a wonderful new life.
Sir?
Oh, the last time And speaking of my wife, she still always complains.
Oh, thank you.
It was nothing.
Yeah.
That's no good. Well, once you found... I've known you since you were very young.
Wow, what?
Okay.
Huh? Don't say any... Let's head over there. Listen, see if you can make...
Have you heard? The mighty King Deshret, the sovereign... Yes, of course I have. King Deshret is the one and only true... Still, you say he's coming back. Haven't you noticed? The village has been getting more... Delavar was saying that many people also went insane just before the fall of King Deshret's civilization in ancient time. Isn't it a sign of King Deshret's power that all the mad scholars have disappeared? Huh. Now that you say it... Exactly. Those city folks...
Now, repeat everything you've just said.
Huh? Who are you?
My patience is running thin. You heard what I asked.
This guy's something else. Let's not get on his back. Oh, okay, good sir. What is it you would like to know?
Tell me about...
Well, I only know a few...
Hey!
It's true. Would you want to live like this? Delavar also said...
Is that...
Seems... please...
The people here really like King Deshret, but dislike the den...
Where is this rat?
I haven't run into him...
No, not at all.
Sounds like you're not too...
No, of course...
I have many ways, so you'd best just... Don't do anything.
Yes.
That scared Paimon half to death. Sino is pretty He didn't try to reassure us at all.
I heard that.
Sorry.
It's part of being a Matra. The rumor we heard just now seems like a strong lead. But we need to check a few... Very well.
Isak!
I'm here.
Where's your grandpa's house?
Oh, I can take you there. Grandpa? Oh, he likes to be alone. Sometimes he stares at the sky in a daze, and other times he just pokes at the ground with his fingers. Every now and then, he yells out at the top of his lungs, so a lot of people are really scared of him. But he's a good person, really. I know he is. I swear, he's just like my real grandpa. Where Grandpa usually stays.
There sure isn't much here.
No.
Incense? Please, but are you okay?
There's a scent that you can sense, but...
A certain traveler here once passed out from that smell. Thankfully, Tainari saved the day.
So, you know...
Huh? You know...
Yes. Now that I can't...
Wait, surely...
No. No need. Did you first encounter this scent at Tainari's? In the forest. From a scholar.
What are you looking for, Simon?
Here it is. Take a look right here. Although the trait from the size and shape, they belong to an adult male. The scent is quite faint, but still extant.
But who would come looking for...
We'd have to ask whoever lured him away with...
Huh? So you can lure someone away with just a scent? Hey, what's...
Exactly. Most scholars are fond of incense, even deep within the clutches of madness.
No.
So, someone's taking advantage of their weakness? Huh. Are the rumors really true? Could the disappearance...
It's highly
Please, you have to save my grandpa.
Sounds like we'd better help get him back.
Let's head to Aru Village and inform Candace and the other.
Right. The darker fabric definitely looks a lot better. That'd be my choice, too.
We're back, Candace! We've got a lot to tell you.
Ah, welcome back.
Sounds like everyone's friends already.
Oh, Dia's here too!
You bet.
Reasonable.
We haven't seen him.
Huh. Did you find out anything? I see.
The resurrection of King Deshret? First I've heard of it. Far as I know, the kind of incense you just mentioned is only popular beyond the wall. Scholars are fond of it, but as you can see, not to mention making incense is a labor-intensive process. It seems someone from beyond the wall.
Makes sense.
So what should we do?
If it was any other day, didn't you say that the villager got his news from the tavern? Well,
If Paimon remembers correct...
yeah. Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, Engur, the wide-eyed butcher, and... These guys have one thing in common, and that's being broke. The rougher life gets, the more they want to believe in King Deshret. Way they see it, King Deshret's resurrection is... Throwing all of Sumeru into chaos is the only way to change...
Tia! You're amazing!
No merc can afford...
Let's head out.
Now hold on. Aru Village is not a big place. Outsiders stand... The desert is unforgiving, so the way of life here is all... Compared to you, mercs like me are just third-rate amateurs. I've got no actual fighting skills to speak of. But I need to go around and ask some questions. Good, then we've got a plan. The Traveler and Paimon will go to Caravan Rebot with me.
Alright, sounds like a plan! Well, here we are again!
Sounds like you're starting to get familiar with the area.
Paimon's amazed
I know what you mean. I had the same question. Also, why is this high wall here? And can a wall really... It was only after I grew up that I realized. The Wall of Samiel, Sumeru is run by wise and mighty sages. To them, we're cheap labor. Even if a child from the desert got the chance to obtain an Akasha terminal, almost all their requests for knowledge would be denied. The geniuses like Sataria are 1 in a million. The other children never get a single chance to try and rewrite their fate. I would tear down this wall with my own hands if I could.
Hey, Dia.
No. Besides, we're here...
Yep, we got...
Shh! Caravan Rebot is crawling with people, so our mission started the moment we arrived. Let's go check out the tavern. Just our luck.
You mean, you...
Dia, is that you? What a coincidence.
Zaki.
Oh, and who do you have with you here? Guests from another land? Hello, hello.
We've had... Anyway, as far as my friends here, they aren't too shabby, are they?
Absolutely. Much better than...
Yeah. Have you seen Engur?
Of course I have.
I've got a spice trading deal from another nation. I thought maybe Delavar and his...
Ah, how thoughtful of you. Then I assume you also know that Delavar's been
Hey, keep it down. Let's just say I prefer to keep this deal a secret. Y'all at Caravan Rebot are like family. If there's more to be made...
Yes, how can...
Welcome, merry travelers. All the signals
Start preparing.
Are we there yet?
Yep.
This place is practically deserted. What are they doing in a place like this?
Why don't you take a guess? Go on. Oh.
Oh no! It's an ambush!
What's this all about, Zaki?
Come on, Dia. You really think we didn't hear about what you said back in Aru village? The boys have... Not only do I know that you're looking for Delavar, I also know that...
So, you've been watching up?
Uh-oh.
And you left the
So you and Delavar have been partnered...
Dia! I guess it's only natural for a traveling mercenary like you to be out of the loop. Those of us who... But you got one thing right. We're all looking forward to an uprising in Sumer...
If that's the case, then I'm sure Delavar...
I'll be honest with you. If it weren't for what you said in the village, your little monologue about the Wall of Samiel would have convinced me that you're one of us.
Delavar. And Engar. You're here too, huh?
Long time no see, Miss Mercenary. You should have known the traitors are what us followers of King...
Dia, I thought that you, a fellow desert dweller, would understand why King Deshret is...
Yeah, gee, what a missed opportunity. Adopting radical views and kidnapping...
See? There you have it. Mercenaries are just a bunch of faithless scum.
You're not wrong. Mercenaries are...
Enough talking! Get 'em!
Just as I expected. Let's teach him a lesson, traveler.
I'm fine. I swear by my sword. Whirling snow.
Take that! Time for retribution! Impossible!
So, what do you think about your meticulous network now, Zaki? How did you say it? It's only natural for a traveling mercenary like me to be out of the loop. I'm guessing your informant told you that I'm just an incompetent merc with no real fighting skills, correct? I mean, that is what I said after all. And of course you would believe everything he reported. The only thing you know about me is that I'm a mercenary, but you've never seen me in action. Even though you heard we went to handle monsters together, you believed that Candace was the only one doing all the real fighting. That so-called Flame Mane is just a fraud. She admitted it herself. She just uses her connections to gain the trust of... That's what you thought. And you were stupid enough to fall for it. I figured as much the first time we drank together. You all thought you were so smart. Okay.
Whoa! So you've been planning this since we were in Aru...
No task can be done without preparation.
Oh, but in...
Those two who were snooping around were just a couple...
Oh! You...
That's just a bunch of drunk talk. Engar and Delavar like to talk themselves up when they're drinking. Engar, the wide-eyed butcher, and Delavar... Alcohol has a way of making people share with...
What about...
He's just a numbskull who fell right into our trap. Zaki was probably the best hidden of them all. My initial plan was to find Della. That's what you wanted to ask.
Wait, so he's a...
No, he isn't. I just needed to tack on a random villager name to make the eavesdropper think that I was making some wild guesses based on my impressions.
Wow.
Ah, you're too kind.
So, that thing about how mercenaries only care about...
Does that bother you? What makes you so sure?
Dia, do you dislike the...
You two are pretty sharp. No, I don't have anything against the Dendro Archon. I've heard a lot of nice things about the Dunyarzad's just an ordinary person. There's no way... I've begun to realize, but I see through it all.
Dia...
Anyway, look... This should be all of them.
All right.
Candace?
Candace will be okay. She's been guarding Aru Village for quite...
While I'm
I'll meet you back here tomorrow morning, traveler. As for these... Right on time.
Paimon's been...
We've known each other...
Oh, Paimon!
Yep. Us mercs on the other...
Well, Paimon thinks you're great, too.
Really? Thanks for that.
Oh, Sino's here, and he's pretty early, too.
Yes. I was here yesterday to help out a little.
To help out? By doing what?
Sharing some
Oh!
Right.
Come on in, everyone.
Come on, let's go inside.
Candace, where... Whoa, you look furious.
Do I?
Oh, there's no mask that can hide true bloodlust. Cover up your eyes, and it'll still show itself at the corners.
Perhaps I need to work on my composure. Still, it's perfect.
Yes, please.
Well, looks like Sino taught her well.
You fear death. The ones you call mad scholars are known to us as the Village Keepers. They are vital members of our community. You come here.
Mercy!
You've made your bed. We may both be desert dwellers. But there's one thing that I understand better. The people of Aru Village care little about which god is in power. A war would only cause us to lose all that we have. And that is not a response.
We understand. I'll tell you everything.
I'm listening.
You might not believe this, but it wasn't us who came up with this idea. Some mystery man told us that mad scholars will make the perfect sacrifice to usher in...
They're called village keepers. Slip?
Yes, it was all that mystery man's doing. He told us to spread the word about King Deshret's resurrection and talked us into helping him.
That's one.
Huh?
Strike.
Wait, I'm telling the truth. He got us to lure them out of their houses in the night with some kind... You gotta believe me, please.
That was indeed the truth. Traveler, go on.
You have to believe me. If I knew that, I would have told you his name right away. I'm not risking another beating to keep his secrets. No way. That guy, he wears a cloak, and he's always careful to cover his face.
I believe I may know what's going on.
Uncle Anpu.
Smooth.
Okay.
If my suspicions are correct, some time ago, people from the academia attempted to take... It strikes me now that this...
Which means it's highly likely that the academia was purposely spreading a false... They were the ones who brought them here to begin with. Now they're...
Not the academia again.
Just as I thought. But what could they want?
People are nothing but tools in the eyes of the academia. Regardless.
You're right. Time to go.
Yes.
You got it.
All right.
Let's meet back here. Let's get some food in us and then we'll... Whoa! Where did you come from?
Well,
You were gone for ages! Hey, what's with the...
You never think things through.
Paimon's so mad! Paimon's gonna give you an... there's just nothing...
Well, you've heard nothing to suggest I left this whole time. Anyway, you plan...
Yep. Enough with the silence!
No. I'm just surprised that you decided to team up with him.
All Hatham. You haven't helped us out at all ever since we arrived at Aru Village.
Yeah, you're up!
While you were investigating,
Really? Paimon...
To be honest, we aren't really a team. Not to mention that going separate ways allowed me to find some...
Huh? Right here?
Correct.
What did you learn?
I'm going to take you to someone.
What does that mean?
How do you think the residents of Aru Village feel about what we're doing? In other words, do you truly believe every single...
You mean...
Hiding the truth does not necessarily... Remember what Gandis said? Most people in Aru Village don't necessarily care which deity is in charge of... By contrast, the perils of their daily lives are ever-present concerns. They won't simply share everything they know with you without good reason. Glad you're following. Among those you have talked to, there's someone who was caught. The reason being, to someone who only wants...
Those eyes.
Don't change this.
It's quite obvious that
Right.
she corrected herself mid-sentence because she's aware that there are King Deshret fanatics in the village. If she sounds too friendly towards...
I think it's been a few days since I...
Remember? She made a point...
But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them.
After speaking to the village chief, it became clear that the village keepers had protected Aru village at night. In other words, the young miss was very much awake during that time.
Then, what?
By getting involved with an outsider, she risks drawing unwanted attention to herself.
I'll pass on this one. You said that she is afraid of me.
We're on it!
Miss Shawnee.
Mr. Alhaitham, I'm aware of...
Huh? What do you...
Go ahead and talk to her. Go on.
Is it really that simple?
May I call you hi, Traveler. Do you think the resurrection of King Deshret can truly change Sumeru for the better? Why's that? That's very similar to what Miss Candace says. I know you two have before. Traveler, do you believe our lives will...
Yeah! We came here from another nation, so... But even so, we've met we have friends in Sumeru, and we...
My apologies for posing my questions like that.
Alhaitham told us you have...
The fact is that only one side of my family is desert folk. I don't really fit in anywhere in Sumeru. Some believe in the Dendro Archon, while others believe in King
Speaking of which, the radicals mentioned that they
Yeah. Some people can be so narrow-minded when it comes to bloodline and beliefs. Slowly, I just stopped talking to people. And then it happened. The village keepers who had helped me disappeared with no explanation, and I didn't dare breathe.
You can tell them. I'm sure.
All right. I actually have a sharper sense of hearing. Perhaps. I'm not sure. It's faint. It used to be louder and more frequent. But ever since you arrived in the village, it doesn't seem to happen as often. And when it does, it's much quieter.
I confirmed this with the guards on night duty. They also have someone with a... But, because we're in the middle of a desert, you would rather believe that they are the cries of beasts than...
There's really nothing around these parts.
I think they used to use it for treating Elazar.
Yeah! Shape, and there's sand everywhere.
Empty and forgotten. An ideal place to hide people.
Monsters! Watch out!
My apologies. Sakura! a swirl! Decided by destiny! Hear me! Take flight! Fate is upon you! Delve into destiny! Whirling snow! Kamisato art! Sumetsu! Take flight!
Retribution!
They were easier, super strong bandits? Or monsters taller than buildings dropping out of the... He looks super serious. We gotta stay on our A game too.
This is the one. Let's go in and take... Patience. Shawnee says she only hears the crying at night. We have time to burn. Until then... I'm taking a break.
And just like that, he sits... What are you reading?
Okay, sure.
Huh? The natural...
So...
Oh, Paimon gives up. You keep reading your book. See ya! How is he so relaxed? Look at him, reading an impossible book in a creepy place like this. Hey, what good is that gonna do for you? You're acting like one of those annoying grown-ups who go around... Hey, what gives? Shut it... Oh! Thank you for working so hard and earning so much more, thank you. Paimon's getting so sleepy. Huh? What was that sound?
There it is. It's coming from that direction.
Is the sound coming from here? Huh. Paimon's not seeing anything.
It's from below.
But there's no way we can get down there.
Something is off about the interior here. As I thought.
Wow. It's like they... Oh, it looks like there are...
Leave my space! Whirling snow! Yeah! Yeah! Ha! Ta! Yeah!
This world is full of unsolved mysteries.
Propagate! Written in the stars!
Spring forth!
Embrace the ice! Take flight! Barbados, guide us! Shadows of fate! My apologies! Let me scribe! Whirling snow! Decided by destiny! Leave my space! My apologies! Kamisato art! Sometsu!
Propagate!
Wait. You're...
He can't speak. Also,
Didn't expect to see...
you know
He's Razak, a senior of mine at the
he's a scholar too?
No. Razak was never involved in any of those things. He never trained in the forest, let alone reach Satyavada. Leaving that question aside for the moment, looks like they've already taken everyone away. For whatever reason, they left Razak here. There are drag marks on the ground. They're clearer by the doorway. Someone was forcefully
Loaded.
That is one possibility. It looks like they were in a hurry. The symptoms are identical.
Huh?
Allow me to jog your... Don't you think his symptoms look familiar?
Oh!
Correct. The Academia is behind all of this. It isn't difficult to deduce their rationale. First, these rumors were all the persuasion that the Radicals needed, and those based as well as being able to exploit the Radicals for their own ends. This scheme has one further advantage to the Academia.
Life for the Desert Dwellers has been brutal ever since King Deshret's death, although
Many would give everything.
even if complications arise, people will see that those involved are all followers of King Deshret.
And look, the notion of an act.
Oh, that makes a lot. But there's.
Throughout this process, one thing has changed. First, they were scholars. Then, they became lunatics. After that, they were an exile is still patently a living, breathing human being. But when someone, if you can't find someone, you have no way of knowing what it.
Resource?
One possibility is that the information in their brains could be
Extracted? You mean.
with the technology of the Sumeru Academia. Perhaps the process caused them great suffering, which is why they cry out in the dead of night.
So. The human brain.
I'm the Academia's. Anyway, judging by Razak's state, the contents of a divine knowledge capsule were or perhaps his curiosity.
Hyman's a little.
The look on your face tells me you've realized the answer. That's right. However, the Academia is. I've spent quite.
You mean you're.
All scholars extracting information.
Sounds like you're really a.
Of course. The whether it be academics or not, this matter needs to be correct.
Wait! Didn't you step in to help because you felt sympathy?
Not to be callous, but no. There is no shortage of suffering in Sumeru.
Probably not.
You can say that. Simply put, the divine knowledge capsule is something I want to investigate in full. That doesn't mean I'm willing to take.
Hyman's been wanting to say this for a while. There are a lot of bad guys in the Academia, but you're not one of.
Though I must say, I quite enjoy this feeling of being the odd one out. Uniqueness is also an asset.
Wow, that's a great way to think about it. Paimon's really impressed.
I'm just a more likable person than her in general. He won't last long if we leave him here. We'll work out our next step after.
We're back!
You must be tired.
What's the situation?
Unfortunately, somebody who's too young to take on the role of Isak's grandfather.
So, at one point in time,
Yep, pretty much.
their plan must have been implemented at some point before we arrived at Aru village. Yet, they fled once we were headed.
We may have a mole in our midst. One of us could be secretly revealing our...
Huh? Are our friends...
Looks like none of you have realized wherein lies the issue. Sino, you're the reason why they can predict our...
Wait, what's that supposed to mean?
Choose your next word.
It is simply a logical inference.
So what you're saying is... Interesting. And here I thought you were the most suspicious...
I know. You have a point. But I realized something as we were returning from the hospital. Sino isn't like any of us.
What are you trying to say?
Do you still remember who you are? As a Matra, you are no doubt privy to certain kinds of information. Before you can take action against... Simply put, the academia has traditionally allowed you access to a wealth of sensitive information. Knowing their modus operandi, if you want to raise a vicious wolf, you need to make sure that you can...
The academia?
It's not that simple. The academia has eyes all over Sumeru, but they have... Every so often comes on Yagarbaha Day. On this day, the academia I remember seeing a thick notebook next to the control panel once. Its contents were all about the general...
You're saying that the academia entered my... But what's the point in doing that?
The Akasha is capable of... The Akasha's algorithms are entirely capable of predicting your movements using the data entered. When you would depart...
It predicted my...
The academia has been watching you longer than you think. However, the fact that you resigned is proof that their suspicions were well-founded.
So that's how it is. Sino adheres to his principles so strong. Tenacity of will and steadfast faith are worthless to the academia. They need scholars who are easily pliable and mindlessly go after anything they can profit from. Sino, don't take it to heart.
They escaped because...
Don't blame yourself. It's not like any of us would have known.
I have an idea. If they predicted my movements...
Whoa, you bounced.
There is always an opportunity for...
Oh, so that's it! If the academia is trying to avoid... Yep, that's right!
They'll want to proceed in the direction opposite of where I'm going. I must go.
There's also something I want to investigate.
Let's go, guys!
Please, wait! I want to go too.
You want to go?
I want to find Grandpa.
Everyone, I leave him in your hands.
Yay! Let's go! Paimon feels like... So, where do we go from here?
Yes. After leaving the village, we should head straight toward the desert.
I know the desert like the back of my hand.
Is that because you play here a lot?
Yep. One time, Grandpa almost got lost in the desert, but I was the one who brought him back.
There's something here. What's this?
It's buried in the sand.
And Paimon thought running around everywhere was already enough work. Okay.
These are likely fragments of an Academia-developed device, something akin to... Looks like there were more than one village keeper. They must have been Let's split up and search the...
Is this what we're searching for?
This is definitely a device used...
How did it end up buried in the sand? That can't have been part... They must have been attacked along the way.
Wait, what?
Grandpa, I hope you're...
Don't worry, your grandpa's gonna be...
Razak didn't display any signs of starvation or dehydration.
We should be able to catch up.
One more thing. I believe the attack must have happened prior to the sandstorm.
Let's keep going. They can't have gone far.
Ugh, but running on sand is so tiring!
But you're flying, aren't you, Paimon? Is flying over sand tiring too?
Ugh, of course it is!
Voices, over there. It sounds like an argument.
Whoa, you have really good ears!
Don't get any closer. They'll notice us.
Dia's talking with the Eremites? Very interesting. Let's listen.
If you had informed me sooner, there'd be...
You're one of us. We would never...
Scholars. You don't know as much as I...
I knew it. That...
Dia? Why would you... Dia!
Hey, what are you doing?
Huh?
Didn't you say you'd help me find Grandpa?
Where?
This complicated...
You've betrayed Aru village?
So, this is the... Dear, you'd be better off as my assistant than hanging around with this motley crew. Seen for yourself.
I'm not the type that's easily swayed, Raman.
Wait, what's going on, Dia? Whose side are you on here?
Shut it, Paimon.
It doesn't matter. Whichever side you pick, nothing could deter us from the grand...
Face the facts, Raman. It's not gonna happen. You should understand that more than anyone.
I'm a desert dweller and a proud follower of King Deshret.
It's not too late yet. The village keep... mad...
You don't understand, my dear lady. Pursuing our faith is our purpose in life. Even if the chance...
Even if it'll expose you to the Academia? Even if they end up disbanding the Eremites?
Yes. We've waited a long time for this day to come. The sun and the moon no longer shine here. All you see now, with these scholars in our custody, will stomp the Academia's for...
Ridiculous. Think about it. The Academia controls the entirety of... If you still don't believe me, then try asking these two men. They're also against the Academia.
They look more like pawns of the Academia to... Filthy traitors. Your god...
It's impossible to communicate. Perhaps...
Do you really believe that by kidnapping the scholars, you'll be able to negotiate with the Academia? These people have no value. These scholars were exiled from the Academia. I, on the other hand...
Wait, you can't be serious.
So, you want to...
Precisely.
What are you thinking? What if they decide to kill you and...
Well, that would be bad luck for me. However,
Think you can talk?
I'm not trying to persuade you. I'm using this as a means of joining forces against the Academia.
You are the scribe. What do you have against...
Not all desert dwellers.
You academia scum. Every last one of you is nothing but a hypocrite.
Not so fast. I'll hate them. Do you stand by everything you just said? You know you're making a dangerous decision.
I do.
Good. Raman, hear me out. These people are my friends. Maybe you can't take the followers of the Den...
We've known each other for years.
In that case, I'm willing to vouch for their... Come on, Raman, don't be a coward. If you're serious about taking on the Academia, you need to...
An arm from the Flame Mane. You've piqued my interest. But what if you refuse to oblige? What should I do then? No one's a fool here, Dia. We're mercs.
You're not wrong, but this is different. I promised my friend...
Let's do it right here, then. Give me your right arm as proof of your resolve.
Don't listen to him! He's not even trying to...
That's fine.
Are you crazy?
We came here to save lives. One arm for that many people is still a pretty good deal, if you ask me. Raman?
Sure. Go ahead and cut off her right arm.
No! Dia! What are you gonna do? Think of something!
You don't have to go this...
That's not for you to decide.
Do it!
Dia! Run!
Stop!
What's wrong?
Flame Mane, you and I are both desert folk. Cutting off your... You've shown me that you're serious. Go on now, take your friends and...
Phew. I was really counting on...
Dia! That? What?
Then I just have to hold my claymore with my left arm. Okay.
Don't ever make a promise like that again. I can deal with if it came down to it.
I don't doubt it, Sino. But this is about more than me and them. Even if we got rid of one bunch of radicals, there are others out there.
I'm sorry, Dia. I should have stayed put.
It's okay. I promised you I'd help find...
Whatever it takes? You just...
Huh? Are you serious?
The Eremites once...
Why does it feel like he's using his praise for me as an excuse to brag about himself? Okay, let...
You're all here so early.
Looks like we have everyone here.
I'll watch from a safe distance.
Okay.
Dia, wait.
What's the matter?
I heard that you were...
Fine.
Take flight! Yeah!
Huh. They got here before us.
Uh-oh. Is it because Paimon overslept by 5 minutes and held everyone up?
Is everything ready?
Absolutely. You brought fewer people than I imagined.
Bring him over.
Grandpa! Why is there only one?
Raman, I've always thought of you as a man of...
It's a one-for-one exchange. And let me put it this way. Agreeing to any kind of deal with the Dendro...
You stay right there.
Playmate! What do you think you're doing?
Grandpa!
Don't you see this blade here?
You coward! Why are your hands shaking?
Wait a second! It's a earthquake!
Grandpa!
This day's going just...
The sand dune I saw an energy field. It glowed green with Dendro. Just like you said. The Dendro Archon.
Grandpa?
Hey, look.
There used to be a...
It seems that when the sand dune collapsed, it exposed the symbols on the gate belonged to King Deshret's civilization. This structure must be ancient. It could have been an underground palace in the distant past.
Oh, a miracle. Praise!
What's he doing here?
They must have fallen down here with us. Most of them seem in really bad shape, except for him.
Mind your head.
No, this isn't the time for conflict.
He's not...
As it happens, I want...
What are you doing?
Don't you think it's curious? 1 minute, Lesser Lord Kusanali's power protects us from... 2 major deities are vying to showcase their power to us.
Paimon thought you weren't in...
Indeed. In my view, gods are just a higher... New discoveries are always worth investigating.
Raman, what are you gonna do about...
I'll just let them lay here.
It's full of life here. This defies comprehension.
Yeah, and there's so many plants. It's...
Sir Rob...
What, huh? Are you
Interpret it however you want.
Whatever you say.
There's nothing to be angry about.
It does seem kinda strange. If that's...
Wind, hear me! Barely a scrap! Fate is upon you! Shadows of fate!
My apologies.
flight! Embrace the ice! Let me scry! Delve into destiny! Written in the stars! Let me scribe! My apologies! Take flight! Delve into destiny! My apologies! Take flight! Sakura swirl! Shadows of fate! I swear by my sword! Fate is upon you! Unthinkable! Whirling snow! Delve into destiny! My apologies!
sight to see. King Deshret's splendor surrounds us.
There's so much vegetation here. It's different than what I expected.
Sure are a lot of plants for a desert.
That's what I call divine providence of King Deshret.
It's getting brighter! Oh, it looks so beautiful!
Wait. What's that?
A load of flowers. And it looks like there's something among...
These are...
They left something behind.
What does it say?
Here lies our fate. His wisdom is a miracle among the people. Deserve...
You can read Ancient King...
Of course. Every student needs to master at least 20 languages before...
He's not serious.
There's still something off about this place. The scent of life.
Is this it?
Analyzing.
There seems to be a hidden message. Excellent. There's a device from King Deshret's civilization in this gravesite. I'll transmit the information.
Isn't sharing knowledge again?
Yes. However, you'll understand after watching it.
Civilization is born of knowledge, but so too can knowledge be its demise. A disaster caught us unaware. It was knowledge that did not belong to this world. King Deshret brought this forbidden knowledge into our world, and it quickly spread like a plague. People's minds were filled with crazed whispers. Dark gray scales spread across their bodies. Even the land was stripped of its vigor. Only a desperate, deathly silence remained. Were it not for greater Lord Rukkhadevata from the forests, the damage would have been irreversible. She summoned the priests to build temples and infused into them the divine power of life. The disaster was miraculously tempered, and the embers of our civilization were preserved in Aru village. Alas, the miracle could not last. As long as forbidden knowledge continued to exist, it would forever blight this world. In the end, the proud king of the desert, my eternal lord, chose to sacrifice himself. I have spent my whole life since guarding one of these many temples. But now, my duty is coming to an end. As I close my eyes for the final time, the sight of that noble deity will appear in my vision once more. In helping King Deshret to eradicate forbidden knowledge, she exhausted her strength, and her form became that of a small child. How strange. Now that I think of her, I no longer have any fear of death, for I sense that the spirit of life will abide with me during my eternal sleep. Children of the desert, cling no longer to past grievances, but hold tight to the memory of this act of benevolence.
What was that?
The priest's memory.
No. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata.
But this doesn't...
Was that the former...
You might be distrustful of the Akasha, but there's no reason. You've just witnessed his...
I've never heard. The surviving followers of King Deshret all gathered in Aru village. Our god, King Deshret's death. The all but total annihilation of our... We saw her as nothing more than a traitor. Who stabbed us in the back in our moment of crisis. Just like...
You were blinded by your prejudice.
If I hadn't... How could I ever begin to accept this? The truth is so far from what I've always known.
Raman, that's enough. Give it a rest. You're starting to make a...
Dia, my Eremites and I.
Hey.
I should probably go.
What's your next move gonna be?
Oh, I know what you're going to ask. But please, give me some time.
It's not gonna be easy.
Well, I guess that's for me to deal with. Dia, this is where our camp's located.
When would be a good time for us?
Tomorrow. And I'll return every last one of your mad...
You seem to finally understand.
Yes. The gods never gave up on anyone.
That must have been rough.
Raman's no fool. Being the leader of your own faction in the... It's too bad he was held back by his belief in King Deshret. But now that that's changed...
The outcome...
We should get going too. Let's head... Sorry, no! We're leaving!
Stop.
Ad Astra at... Thank you for complete...
A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems.
Haven't you heard? There's a strange water.
Understood.
Precise foretelling one's written destiny. Over. I charge a higher rate to meet outside the office. Just a misconception.
Let me scry. Ooh, we can definitely write this off as incidental gains. Whirling snow!
Things are going a little too smoothly today.
Would you care to... If you ever...
you